Do you ever feel like you're making work, but it's not really interesting to you? You're showing up, you're doing the thing, but it's not got any juice to it. And you don't know what you're actually accomplishing. It doesn't feel like much. Um, there's a lot to say about that. And honestly, this is one of the big things that I work with people about. But I wanted to give you a little bit here. And it sounds simplistic. The problem is that you're not accessing what it is that's juicy for you, right? That you're doing this thing out here because you should do it, because you're supposed to do it, and you do the thing because you're good at actually accomplishing the thing, but you're not accessing the tender bit, the stuff that is that touches you, right? How do you do that? I want to invite you to the idea that you need to wake that part up. You need to wake up your delight, because delight, pleasure, what's compelling to you, that's the key to finding the deeper insights, right? It's a funny thing, like, it's not about working hard. Yeah, you need to work hard, but that's not what's going to take you there. It's about letting yourself have the thing that you love. Can you do that? I mean, can you really say, I am going to go for a walk and look at the lichen, because I just think lichen is so amazing. I happen to see some lichen here. And I'm going to let myself have that piece of pleasure, because what's going to happen is that it's going to touch into something, and then when I'm working, that bit of pleasure is going to translate into form that is compelling to me. So I'm talking two things, and they're related to each other. One is that you need to allow yourself out into the world to take in and be touched. And it might be touched by the interactions that you see. I don't know what your form is. It might be the sounds that you hear. It might be art that you're looking at. It might be the way people move through space. I don't know what it is that touches you. For me, largely, it's the way the natural world works, and it's the tiniest details of it, letting the tiniest details in. So that's the one side, is letting it in, right? Letting yourself be touched. Then the other thing is the sense of play. That second thing is the sense of play with your work, with the thing that you're trying to create. And again, it's about touching into that tiny place of pleasure. For me, it's like the way that line works in relation to this form or this texture, the way that the curve flows, right? It's a very small relationship that builds on another relationship, that builds on another relationship. And pretty soon there's a whole form that's starting to happen, built on all of these tiny little moments. So it's like you get sucked into it through your pleasure, through your curiosity. What would happen if? Through your play, right? It's all sorts of things like that, but it's not forcing it. You're not going to get to the deeper stuff if you're forcing it. You're going to get to a surface place. So in your medium, what is the smallest bit? What is the thing that's like, oh, that's so cool, right? Let yourself have some of that, and don't worry about the bigger picture, because it will build as you're creating. All right, I wish you well. Let me know if I can be of help. Let me know if you have questions. That would be very helpful for me.